Good morning, students. Class 6th, subject chemistry, and lesson number 3, separation techniques. So first of all, we want to know that why is it necessary? Number 1, to remove harmful components, for example, stones from grains. Number 2, to remove unwanted components, example, husk from grains. Number 3, to obtain a pure sample of substance, example, water from oil or oil from water. So what is the meaning of separation of components of a mixture? The process by which unwanted or harmful components of a mixture are removed to get a desirable or pure component is called separation of components from a mixture. If we want to take pure substance, so we have to do separation. For example, tea leaves are separated from the liquid with the strainer while preparing tea. Clear? So we can't take tea with the tea leaves. So we have to separate the tea leaves first, then we take that tea in the cup. So that's why separation is must to take the pure things. Each component of a mixture has its own characteristics properties. Thus, different methods are used to separate the components of a different type of mixture. So every mixture has its own characteristics properties. Means solid in solid, mixture should be solid in solid, solid in gas, solid in liquid, liquid in liquid. So first we will start the methods of separation of solid in solid mixture. Unwanted material is solid and useful material is also solid. So number first process is winnowing. It is defined as the process to separate light solid substance from heavier ones by using wind. Wind is necessary for this process, and in their two substance solid in solid, the one should be, that is unwanted material should be lighter from the heavier ones. So we can explain this activity with the help of activity. So come on next page. Yes, you are seeing in the picture one lady is standing on the stool. So we should stand above the ground on table or on stool. So we will take one vessel where we keep this mixture grain plus husk. So take the mixture of wheat and dried husk in a vessel and go to the open space. Now stand on the raised structure or stool and drop the mixture slowly on the ground by shaking the vessel continuously. The wind blows away the lighter particles to the one side. So lighter particles are going to one side and the heavier particles fall on the vertically on the ground. And by this method we can separate the grains from the husk. Husk is unwanted material and it should be lighter than the heavier one, and heavier materials is the useful material. So then second method, sieving. It is defined as the process to separate undesirable component in a solid mixture by using sieve. You already see the sieve in your houses, in the kitchen. So listen the activity. Put the rice powder containing rice bran in the sieve. Bran means unwanted material which comes out from the flour. Soda. Shake the sieve over the vessel. So we will shake the sieve. So after shaking we will get the rice flour or rice powder, or you can take also wheat flour in the vessel. So this vessel contains the useful material, and in the sieve left waste, that is bran. Then depending upon the types of particles to be separated, sieve of different size of the holes are used. So different type of sieves are used for to separate the different types of materials. The wheat grain, dalia, suji, bran from flour. Jewelers to separate varieties of diamond with the help of sieves, and builders also use to separate particles of sand with the help of sieve. Third method is hand picking. So hand picking means to collect the unwanted material with the help of hands. So you already seen it at your home. It is normally done to separate undesirable heavier particles. Undesirable unwanted material should be heavier than the useful, such a small pebble from the wheat rice pulses. So this method we can do only when the unwanted components is present in a small quantity. For example, pudina. If we want to separate the pudina, the pudina is much in quantity and the grass is less. So we will separate easily grass from the pudina. That's clear? Then fourth, magnetic separation. So magnetic separation means with the help of magnet. You all have seen this magnet at home. This is a method of separating magnetic substances from non-magnetic substances in a mixture with the help of magnet. So we can also explain this method with the help of activity 3, which is above the paragraph. So take the mixture of iron filling and sulfur in the china dish. Sulfur means salt that is present in the laboratory. So you can also take wheat flour or rice flour in place of sulfur, and some iron nails in the sulfur. Then wrap the plastic bags around the magnetic bag. Here you can wrap the plastic bag. Suspend the magnet bar over the china dish. Then suspend the magnetic bar over the china dish. The iron would be attracted to the surface of the magnetic bag. So then iron is attracted towards the magnet. Clear? Then carefully remove the plastic bag around the magnetic bar and scrape off the iron filling, and you can separate the iron from the poles of the magnet easily. So then you will get sulfur material. Okay. In many factories, scrap iron is separated from a heap of waste materials by using big electromagnet fitted to the crane. So industries used very big electromagnets to scrap the iron from the heap of waste material. Then fifth one is sublimation. On heating, most of the solids first change into liquid and then into their gaseous state. So all the material, all the solids, when we give heat to them, it change into liquid, and then liquid change into gas. But in sublimation, on heating, some solids change directly to their gaseous state without changing into liquid. So liquid state never comes in the process of sublimation. Solid directly change into gas and gas directly change into solids. Thus sublimation is the process in which a solid gets converted directly into gaseous state, or a gas is directly into the solid state without changing into the liquid state. Then we can also explain this process with the help of experiment. To listen it. Take some mixture of ammonia chloride and common salt in the china dish and cover it with the funnel. The funnel is a cone like, where we are using a funnel when we want to take the oil. So funnel should be covered on the china dish. Plug the tip of the funnel with cotton. So we will cover the mouth of the funnel with the cotton, because gas always moves upper side and we want to keep the gas in the funnel. So that's why we are keeping cotton plug on the mouth of the funnel. The dish is heated gently. So heat the china dish. Dense white fumes of ammonia chlorides are formed. So white fumes are formed. Then these fumes rise and condense on the cooler sides of the funnel. These sides are cooler, and then gas goes at the side of the funnels. Common salt remains behind the china dish. When no more water vapor is produced, stop heating to the dish, remove the funnel and scratch out the ammonia chloride. So we can take ammonia chloride by scratching from here, from the side of the funnel. So this material is sublime here. The process of cooling of water vapor of sublime to get sublimate is called sublimation, or you can give the simply definition: when solid directly change into gas on heating, this one is known as sublimation, and when gas again comes in the form of solids on cooling is called deposition. So some examples are here: camphor, naphthalene is heated, it changes into water vapor, changes into liquids. So naphthalene, camphor, phenolphthalenes, naphthalene balls, phenol की गोलियाँ, so that's were also solids, and we smelled it because it changes into the gas. It is okay.